Hi everyone, welcome back to Luke and Friends. Today, joining me in the studio, my friend is a TikToker, YouTuber, ghost hunter, local news correspondent, musician, athlete, and all sorts of things. Donny Osmond superfan. Today, joining me in the studio, Lexy Granthem.
Yeah, you got it
Hello.
all.
I
Hello.
do my best to cover all my bases here. So, how are you doing today?
I'm so good. How are you?
I am tremendous. So, the
Good.
first thing I just want to get right into, because I have so much to cover here. When I confirmed this interview, I was so excited and I sent all my content to your friends, and a lot of them didn't understand the joke because I thought it was the funniest thing ever. And I'm obsessed with all of your videos. But so a lot of people say, like, what's the brand of humor here? So, how would you describe your brand of content?
That's a good question. I think it's very dry, um, sarcastic. Kind of, you have to kind of interpret it yourself. I kind of
Yeah.
leave them open-ended, and people can like take it how they want. But
Yeah, for
I
sure,
don't
for
know.
sure. And I think and it's weird because even if you go to your YouTube today, I watched pretty much every YouTube video you've ever made in preparation for this. Um, Interviewing people at the club. Okay, this was an interesting one to me because when I was young, I feel like I could go out in public and I could say anything to anyone, and I was kind of brave in that sense. Not anymore, but you are quite different in that. So when you film videos out in public in this sort of awkward character, how do you like prep yourself for that, or do you just kind of hit record and see what happens?
Oh my gosh. I haven't done one of those for a couple of years, but I would get so nervous. Like I think those types of videos are kind of like my prank call videos where like I'm interacting with people and I just kind of have to like get into character and realize there's gonna be like awkward things. It's gonna be super uncomfortable, but I just gotta like roll with it, you know?
And even in the ghost hunting video, like I couldn't believe you actually made that phone call to like an actual tax representative. Like it's just it seems so intimidating and scary to me. But then in your out of character persona, which I'm experiencing for the first time right now, which is quite an experience, is so like not a weird person at all, from my knowledge yet. You seem very I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, so I guess my question leading after that is, what are your so you're making long form content occasionally on YouTube, and then you do mainly TikTok, and you just dropped your ghost hunting video. What do you think your next kind of big plans are? Do you have anything in the works where you are going to return to long form content, or what's in the pipeline right now?
I would love to do longer form YouTube videos. I've been thinking about working on like a soap opera series for YouTube. Um, but I don't know if it would just be me playing all the characters or if I would try to find a couple other people to
Yeah,
come
well,
in
you've
on
done
that.
some collaborations in the past, such as the bookstore video and whatnot. And I liked a little Agatha Christie reference in there as a book collector myself. So do you like act like, or are you looking to act like professionally outside of this, or?
I've never considered doing something like that. Um, have you seen Nathan for You?
I have, yes.
Yeah, I love that show, and I think it'd be fun to be a part of, like maybe like writing for a TV show like that. But I can't imagine myself like being like the main character of a like an actress. I don't think I could do that.
That's interesting. I think you are so cut out for it, and I think your comedic instinct is right on the ball. But there's a
Thank you.
video on your YouTube called "My First Big Break in Acting" or something along those lines. That's like gorgeously cinematically recorded in 4K. What's the story behind that?
Okay, wait, you gotta remind me which video you're talking about.
It's like 7 seconds, but it's like shot on a real nice camera, and a guy is talking to you, and then you look at the camera and he yells at you for it. That's the whole video.
Oh,
What is the source of that?
what do you mean? What is the source of that? Where,
Like,
what was I doing?
is that from another project where you just had all these cameras on hand, or did you get these cameras like just for this YouTube video?
Yeah, my ex-boyfriend's friend is Parker Walbeck, and he's like a
Okay.
video. He does stuff with video, and so we were helping him film something for one of his YouTube videos. And so
Oh,
that's
okay.
how that came about.
Okay, because I saw that and I was like, oh, wait a second. She is an actress. She is on things. So then I was like scouring IMDb for like things you've been in or something. So I was really looking for the inside scoop here. So, okay.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm glad they were able to work with you with that high quality video content there.
Yeah.
So do you have any comedic inspirations or like favorite comedians or anything?
Nathan Fielder, definitely. He also produces a show called How To with John Wilson. Have you seen that one?
I have not.
So yeah, I like John Wilson as well. There's some TikTokers I like. I like Jane. What's her last name? Kyle Mooney. I like Kyle Mooney.
I do know him.
You know him?
I do.
Yeah.
Do you know the Voros twins? My new best friends after episode 1 of this show.
I watched a little bit of that one.
So, yeah, okay. So, cause I like literally, like, if you told me you're like a professional comedian or like sketch comedy actor, like I would literally believe you. So I think you should pursue it. So, on the topic of Nathan, for you, Nathan Fielder's Spotify playlist that you have, care to explain?
I feel so like exposed. Like you know everything. That so I made that for like inspiration. I would listen to that playlist when I was writing jokes because I thought the songs were like funny, and I don't know. They just like were stupid songs, and I thought they were funny. So.
Well, songs that are funny. On that note, I'd like to pull out a little quote here, okay? The earth is so nice, and I love to play soccer outside in the grass. What inspired you to write this lyric in your song, Earth, available on Spotify?
So when I was doing that song, I was sitting in my bathroom on the toilet. The seat was down, and I was just saying whatever came to my head into the camera. So that was just all just right off the top of my head.
Wow, right off the dome. Let's go. Another great lyric I love in that is the earth is round. Just ask anyone you think might know the answer ... to that question. That line really hit me. You didn't say ... but there's a long dramatic pause in there.
Oh, that's so funny.
So I think the musical chops are there. Where did you get the instrumental tracks from that from?
My sister helped me. It was from like some free download this music.
Oh, okay.
I don't know,
okay.
website.
So you didn't compose that yourself.
No.
Oh, I really thought for a
Sorry.
second when I was listening to that, I was like, what a triple threat right here. But you know who is a triple threat? Donny Osmond.
Johnny Osmond, yes.
Are you actually
Absolutely.
related?
So people ask me all the time, and I tell them that they're like, "Are you actually related to Donny Osmond?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "How?" And I'm like, "Because my grandma told me." And that's the truth. My grandma just told me that I was related to him, and
yeah.
So now I'm profiting off of it.
So are you a big Donny Osmond fan?
Yes. So
your Spotify top 100 songs says otherwise.
You're calling me out.
No, carry on.
No, me and my younger brother, when we were little, we would watch the Donnie and Marie show on VHS. And so, yeah, I was a big fan back then. Still am now, I guess.
Beautiful. Have you seen Joseph the
Yeah.
Technicolor Dreamcoat?
No, I haven't.
It's his best work.
I know.
Oh,
I'll get on that.
Lexi, I'm shocked by that. I really am. I thought you
Yeah.
would have. Oh, wow. You know, I think it would provide some good inspiration to your bits, perhaps. I really think it could.
Oh, yeah, I need to.
It's quite a picture. But, okay. So, moving off the topic of music and whatnot. Actually, no, let's stay on the topic for a second. I think you should make more because I really got a kick out of that tune. Who are some of your favorite musicians?
The Lumineers. Help me. I like indie stuff. Rainbow Kitten Surprise.
See, that is one I don't know.
I like one Kendrick Lamar song.
Okay. Not much of a Kendrick guy myself either, but okay. So you dabble in music, you dabble in TikTok, you dabble in long form content, perhaps soap opera. Do you have like any career aspirations currently? Are you just trying the media thing, or what's the vibe there?
For comedy,
Or just anything in general?
well, I would like to start making some money doing comedy. I applied for, do you know what Clickhole is?
I do not.
Do you know The Onion?
Yes, I am aware of The Onion.
It's kind of like that, Clickhole. So I applied to be a like headline writer
Oh, okay.
for Clickhole. I don't know if you've seen my articles
Oh,
I
I
started
have.
writing.
I
Yeah.
have.
So I really like writing those. It's probably my favorite thing. But yeah, I'd like to make this my full-time thing somehow.
Awesome. Did you go to university for like a related field or any post-secondary, anything like that?
No, I got my associates in like art and design.
Oh, okay. Cool. On the topic of school career, I have some info I'd like to pull up here.
Okay, what?
Don't worry, I'm not going to dox your school. This is about your basketball career. Okay. 10 3-points in your basketball career and 149 points total. Will you return to the hoop life?
Oh, absolutely.
You think so?
It's coming. With those numbers, I have to.
Of course.
Wait, where'd you get those numbers from? Is that my senior year?
When you Google Lexy Grantham, the only thing that comes up other than YouTube and TikTok is highschoolsportstatistics.com, and they have them on there. So I thought, you know what? Maybe that's some useful info I can bring up. But yes, other than that, sadly, not as many Google results as I would like. You need to get your SEO, search engine optimization, up there.
Yes.
But yeah, okay. So basketball, big soccer player, as we know from the song Earth. Do you play soccer like in a league?
Yeah, I play 3 nights a week right now.
Oh, wow.
I love soccer, and I'm going to start coaching high school girls.
Oh, that is so awesome. That's actually sick. Wow. I'm not much
excited.
of a sports guy myself. I used to play rep lacrosse, but not in
That's
like
cool.
8 years. The sports community in my neck of the woods, not a vibe, I tell you.
You like wrestling? Look.
Oh, did you wear that just for me? What?
Yeah.
Wait, let me see that shirt again.
I did my research.
Wow.
You like wrestling? I'm gonna fall.
I'm sorry I didn't notice that earlier.
I was trying to,
Oh,
but
I would have had a absolute reaction to that. So I am a fan of wrestling. I work in the wrestling field as a producer for a show called Impact Wrestling, and it's a
cool.
very hectic and fun environment. But that's like half art form, half sport, half television show. But
Yeah.
yeah, I wrestled one match in my lifetime, but that's it. So
It
now I
didn't
do
go
the.
very well.
It went okay, but then
It's the
COVID
only difference.
happened, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not trying to pay all that money to train and go to the gym all the time. So I focused on the production aspect of things, which ended up going quite well. And now I work full time in wrestling on the production side of it. But
Awesome.
yeah, are you a wrestling fan at all?
No, I actually, well, my husband and I, we watched the not what's it called, Hunter? WWE
Okay, okay. So
sometimes.
if you're not a wrestling fan, where'd you get that shirt?
I bought it on Depop, a vintage app for my one of my
Wow.
videos.
You know, I almost wore a wrestling shirt for this interview.
Really, you should have. Go change real
You
quick.
know, I'm regretting it now, but that's all right. That's all right. You
That's
know, it's a
okay.
black shirt. It would blend too much with the background. I need to pop off the
Yeah,
background, you know. In the
yeah.
studio, I have a no black t-shirts policy, unfortunately. So, but then the last guy who came in to tape an episode, we wore the same shirt completely incidentally. He
Oh
runs a
my
vintage
gosh.
store, and we both wore a Morrissey t-shirt with Morrissey doing the same pose and everything on the same shirt. So, what are the
That's
odds of
random.
that? So,
I
okay,
don't
you
know.
have dabbled in WWE. Do you have any favorite wrestlers?
Um, I know I don't like Jake Paul,
That's valid. That's valid. Okay. See, I can clip
but
this.
I
That'll
don't know
that'll do good on my
anyone.
wrestling Twitter account. So there you go. Okay. You know, Jake Paul had a surprisingly decent match, but I won't bore you with the details of the wrestling match intricacies. Um, okay. So there's another quote you said that I think is really quite well, and I would like to hear you elaborate on it. You once said in a
Okay.
video, there are no limits to what you can't not accomplish, except for the limits you can't not achievable. What does that mean?
Wait, did I say that one in when I'm trying to run to become the president?
No, you said that
What?
to inspire other news correspondents to start boxing careers. You did a promotional video because you wanted to fight Jake Paul, or maybe it was Logan Paul.
Okay. So I can't not accomplish the things that you don't that I'm not wanting to.
Essentially, I'll read this back one more time. There are no limits to what you can't not accomplish, except for the limits you can't not achievable.
And I stand by that still,
As you
years later.
should. I wrote it down for a reason because it really hit me in the heart. I thought it was tremendous. So,
Uh,
how do you come up with these?
the TikToks.
Everything you do, really.
Um, that's too broad of a question. You gotta narrow it
Okay.
down.
Well, then again, you did say you were sitting in your bathroom when you recorded Earth. So, I don't know. It's just the topics of your videos and the concepts are so broad and so kind of like I don't even know like what the fuck's going on, to be quite honest. So it's like do you just like throw the ideas off your husband, or like does anyone help you write these, or like do you just see something happen and then you're like, you know what, I should make a video about that?
No, like I'll see some things during the day and write them down like on my phone notes and come back to them later. But for the most part, like writing my jokes specifically for my TikTok, I'll sit down for like a couple hours every night and I will think of a topic and then I will just write down ridiculous things about that
Beautiful.
topic, and then I will create a dialogue with it.
Well, I'm having a paleontologist on the show, and I think you would be interested in your take on pushing over dinosaurs and thinking that someone should do some research on these bad boys. And I saw that the day after I went to the Royal Ontario Museum, which is a museum that has very large dinosaurs in it. So I thought that was quite good. So, anywho, your TikToks.
I made a couple. Sorry, I made a couple dinosaur videos, and the first couple I kept saying archaeologists, and people got really mad at me for mixing those two up. So
like the
now I know
paleontology
that,
community was like not happy about it, or what?
yeah, they were not happy with me.
It's odd that they would take an element of any video you make seriously, though, to some degree. Okay, so do you have a favorite dinosaur?
The Triceratops.
Beautiful pick.
Ugh.
Beautiful pick. I'm quite
Yeah.
a dino nut. I'm a big fan of dinosaurs.
Are you really?
Yeah, huge. I love them. I think they're the coolest thing ever.
Really? That's cool. How many could you name right now?
Oh gosh, maybe 50.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my brother could name like 100 though. He studied them in university.
That's awesome.
So it was just like he didn't get like a degree in it. He has a film and television degree, but they had to take like a non-related elective. So he took a class called Discovering Dinosaurs. And yeah, I'll tell you about his favorite. It's called the Pachycephalosaurus, and it's got an exposed skull dome on its head, and it would just run into things and hit it with the dome on his head to knock them over.
Oh
They would knock over the dinosaurs to do some research on these bad boys. They were thinking in advance for you. They really were. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the book Jurassic Park, and the movie is quite good as well. But yeah, I love dinosaurs, and my favorite dinosaur is the Utah Raptor, actually.
The Utah Raptor from Utah?
Yeah, you ever heard of it?
Yeah, that's cool.
There you go. Because they're like normal raptors, but way bigger. So very
Yeah.
intimidating. Have you seen any of the new Apple TV show, Prehistoric Planet, about dinosaurs?
No.
Highly recommend. Incredible. Okay. Incredible. So now let's shift the conversation here to a bit more of the personal side here. Because I'm so curious about, kind of who you are as a person behind your TikToks and where you kind of, how you present yourself and all that stuff. Other than Donny Osmond in your basketball careers, I don't have any fun, interesting facts other than the fact that you got 19 steals in your senior year. So, hey, this is what I found. This is all I could come up with.
So you want me to?
What are you gonna say?
Are you asking me? Sorry, are you asking me for facts about me?
No. Don't worry. I've got some loaded in the chamber ready for you here. I'm just making banter regarding your basketball stats. Getting every last bit of reference I can out of these bad boys. 35 rebounds. That's it for my notes. But okay. So Lexi, you talked about Nathan For You. What kind of pastimes do you do other than like soccer? Like, are you like a book reader, TV show watcher, movie watcher? What goes on?
What goes on? I like hiking.
Utah's a nice place to do it, I'd imagine.
Yeah, lots of nice hikes around here. I enjoy TV over movies.
Seems to be the trend nowadays.
Yeah. Movies are just too long for me. I can't stay focused on a movie.
What's interesting? People say that, but then they'll watch like 8 hours of a show in like a day, But
shows are like quicker. They get to the point faster.
The information is conveyed like in rapid succession. Valid.
Yeah.
Okay, so what kind of shows do you enjoy other than Nathan For You?
I have actually never seen The Office, and I'm currently watching The Office. I'm on season 6.
Oh,
ish
okay.
right now.
I think you would really enjoy
I
the
really like
UK
that.
version as well. I think it would really mesh with your brand of humor.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
And it's only two
Um,
seasons.
oh, that's easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
yeah, I like Parks and Rec. The Goldbergs. I love like reality dating shows. I think they're ridiculous.
I'm not a reality dating show guy, but you know what I am? One of my favorite shows of all time is RuPaul's Drag Race. I've got the mug right here.
Okay,
Are you a
okay.
Drag Race watcher?
No,
Oh,
sorry.
massive fan. I love Drag Race. That is a show where
Really.
comedy is a large element. But do you have a favorite Parks and Rec character?
Oh, Andy
Okay. Okay.
Dwyer. Yeah,
Um, wait. Remind me who that one is.
it's Chris Pratt.
Burt Macklin, right? That's his name.
Burt Macklin. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. What's the guy's name? He's like the real handsome, charming guy who is super nice to everyone.
Yeah. Um, I know who you're talking about.
He's played by Rob Lowe. That's the actor's
Yep.
name.
Yep.
He's my favorite on that show because I just look at him and I'm like, you know what?
Really.
You're what I want to be. Like
Just
I
a
just,
positive.
yeah, I just watch him and I'm just like, everyone should try to be like that. I really think so. And there's a really good episode where he is tasked with making a burger better than Ron, and he does this really intricate like veggie burger. And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm, I'm a plant-based guy, and that really hit me, and I felt bad for him because I've been in very similar experiences where people will prefer like a random meat patty with ketchup over this like beautiful work of art. But okay, okay. Any book reading going on?
Ah, no, not really.
Not even
Sorry.
Agatha Christie.
Not even Agatha Christie. I I did buy a book. It's called More Than a Body
I've never heard of such a thing.
by Lexi and Lindsay Kite.
Give me the plot rundown.
It's a good one. It's just about basically improving your self-image, your body image.
Oh, is it like a nonfiction?
Yeah. Yes, it's not.
Cool. Okay, okay. I'm trying to think of the last nonfiction book I read. I'm a very big fiction guy. Um, I read On Writing by Stephen King, which is a book about writing.
Was it
So,
good?
yeah, I loved it. It's just anecdotes about his life as a writer and kind of how he forms his creative process and all that. Yeah. Are you a Stephen King fan, perchance?
No.
Interesting, interesting. I'm a very large Stephen King fan. But I own every one of his books in hardcover. There's like 75 of
Wow.
them. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank
Dang.
you, thank you. Do you collect any things?
Do I collect anything? Not really. I run a vintage shop online, so I guess I collect vintage clothing, you could say.
Oh, okay. Tell everyone what it's called so we can plug the link.
It's called Third West Vintage on Instagram.
Beautiful, beautiful. Look for that in the bio, everyone. Well, the guy I had on last week, his name's Gavin, and he runs probably the best vintage store in my area. It's called Vintage
Uh-huh.
905, and he is a very cool guy. So if you're looking for the scoop on vintage collecting in the Toronto area, last week's episode is a banger, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And we went like 2.5 hours. That was a long interview. We had a lot to talk about in terms of vintage
Yeah.
clothing. But okay, okay. What kind of aesthetics do you like in your clothing?
I like dresses. I don't know. I make dresses too for my store with my friend.
What?
So I have the vintage and the handmade stuff. I use vintage fabrics
Oh,
for the dresses.
wow.
So.
That's beautiful. I love to hear that info.
Uh,
Okay. That's cool.
Thank you.
A really good friend of mine, she made all of her own clothes, all of them, and she dressed like the girl from Beauty and the Beast. I forget her name, but she dressed like
Yeah,
her like every day, and it was incredible. So
that's
okay,
awesome.
that's really cool. Send some pics. I'll put them up on the screen, and I'll have graphics and all that. So wow,
Deal.
the resume is growing from you. A basketball player, soccer player, vintage clothing dealer, and clothing maker. Okay, okay. So now, okay, style icons. Do you have any?
uh, Zendaya.
Such
I
a
love
good
Zendaya.
answer. Such a good answer. Okay.
Yes.
What is it about Zendaya that you think is it for you?
I just love Zendaya.
As a whole,
I don't know. As a whole, yeah.
did you see the movie
Or
Dune?
yes, I saw Dune. It's kind of slow.
Loved her in that. It is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dialogue, and then even so, I'm a massive fan of the book series, and yeah,
Okay.
even when things start happening in the movie, you don't have a lot of context and a lot of emotional hooks to claw into that film. But
Yeah.
just wait till Dune 2. Trust me, trust me. But
When's that
yeah,
coming out?
497 days. I got a countdown on my phone because I'm a
Hmm.
little bit of a super fan for Dune.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. I'm very into like nerd culture and all that. But yeah, so Dune is like a big thing for me. Maybe one day I'll have Zendaya
Uh-huh.
on my show when the show gets super popular
Yes.
eventually.
Yes.
Maybe this will be the episode to take it to the stratosphere. We've been kind of underperforming a little bit, which is unfortunate. I thought that Voros Twins
Darn
episode
it.
would do so much better because they've got 6 million TikTok followers. But yes. Here's a question for you. Fan of the Twilight films?
The Twilight films. I like them because I think they're awful. Sorry if you
Exactly.
like them.
No, no. The only reason I thought of that question is because the bookmark I was using to mark my page in my notebook, that had like my notes for this episode, was a Twilight New Moon bookmark that I
Oh, there you go.
found in a book when I was thrifting, and I found it in a copy of Twilight. So look at that.
So you stole it.
It was in the copy of the book already, Missy.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
well, you know what? I only paid for the book. They didn't know it was going to include a bookmark, so maybe I owe them
Uh-huh.
a cent or two.
Yeah.
Um, you made a TikTok about people stealing things. No, seeing bonuses on whale watches. That
Yeah.
was a good one. That's kind of the
Thank you.
equivalent of this, you know? I only paid for the book, but I got a bookmark out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So my hometown's Bibles for Mission thrift store, they're going to be coming after me if they see this episode.
Yep.
But yeah, okay. So usually I wrap up these interviews with one question. Do you know what the question is?
No.
I always like to wrap up with the last question, but another question just hit my brain as we were doing this. So actually, second last question. You made a ghost hunting video. Do you believe in ghosts?
Do I believe in ghosts? I believe in afterlife, and
Okay.
then yes, I believe in ghosts.
Interesting. Have you had any ghostly experiences?
No, and I hope I
Oh,
never do. That's my nightmare. Have you had
really?
anything?
No, the thing is, I see, I'm not a ghost believer at all, but I wish I was because I think it's so cool. And like, I think everyone kind of becomes a little bit of a ghost believer when it's like 3 a.m. and you're alone and you like hear creepy stuff. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I kind of wish I was just for the thrill of that. But I'm a really big alien believer, and all my friends who do believe in ghosts are like, how can you believe in aliens but not believe in ghosts? And I'm like, well, the universe is very big and there's all sorts of like things like that, and there's a billion planets and all of that. And like, I have a very loose definition of aliens. If there's like a fungus on another planet, I'll consider it an alien because it's like a life form.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah, my friends are like, dude, how do you not believe in ghosts if you believe in aliens? Okay, are you an
yeah.
alien believer is my question.
Yeah, I
Perfect
guess.
answer,
Have you
Lexi.
seen have you seen The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch.
What is that?
It's a TV show about aliens, and it's like a documentary,
I
and
will
it's real.
literally watch this tonight.
Yeah, it's so good. There's like 3 seasons, I think.
Oh,
It's
damn.
really
Let's
good.
go.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm in. The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. Okay, very
yeah.
interesting. Do you have any like favorite interpretation of aliens in media or ghosts for that matter?
Hmm. Hmm. Uh, the friendly ghost. What's his name?
Casper.
Casper. That's the kind of ghost I'm good with.
You ever seen
The friendly
Poltergeist?
kind. Mm-mm.
Oh, that is like my favorite supernatural horror. It's not even a horror movie because it's like kind of like a whimsical in a sense. But
Uh-huh.
Poltergeist is like my favorite movie to do with like ghosts or anything like that at all. Very, very good movie. And I think everyone should watch it. But if you ever decide to dabble in it, watch the original because it's so good. Produced by Steven Spielberg. So you know it's going to be a banger.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
such a beautiful film. Anyway, that is a perfect segue into my final question here. It's a question I ask every guest on this show. What is your favorite movie? And if you don't have a favorite,
Oh,
what are just some movies you really like?
that's a good question.
Thank you. It's my favorite question.
Uh, no. Let's see. You stumped me. Favorite movie. I used to really like Inception.
Yo, okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's sick. You know, it doesn't have to be your favorite, just a movie you really, really like, you know, because not everyone's like me where I have my favorites like battened down perfectly. But
Yeah.
because I think it's my favorite question. I just every stranger I meet, I ask them this question. What is it about Inception that you love?
I love like at the end of the movie, like when I first watched it, I was like, what? I need to watch that again. Like I
Hmm.
was fine like watching it over and over because I was like confused. But I don't know, it's just a movie I could watch multiple times and not get bored of.
And that soundtrack too. Whoo! Beautiful
Yeah.
soundtrack in that movie. It's like
I
three
like
notes, the main
Interstellar
theme.
too. Yeah.
Don't even get me going about Interstellar. Don't even get me going. Okay, well now I am going. Okay. So what is it about Interstellar that you enjoy?
I like the whole like black hole space kind of question mark, like exploring that stuff is interesting, and like time travel, just exciting to like think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, okay, like science fiction is my favorite genre, like not even close. A lot of people think it's fantasy because my favorite movie is Lord of the Rings, but
Uh-huh.
as a whole, I just am obsessed with science fiction because like the stories you can kind of tell with it and whatnot. But
Hmm.
specifically Interstellar, the music in that movie is so effective, and the scene when he leaves his farm and his daughter's like running after him.
Aw.
Lexi, I'm a big crier. Okay, I cry pretty much. If I don't cry at a movie, I pretty much consider it a waste of my time. To be honest, I love crying at movies because it just that's what it's all
You
about.
love crying.
At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. You know, we're here to feel those
Yeah.
emotions. So,
Yeah.
and
Have you been embarrassed about crying in any movie
never.
before?
I'm proud of
Never.
it. I love it. I'm trying to think if I've ever cried at something like stupid. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you see Everything Everywhere All at Once? That new movie? So
Mm-mm.
there's a scene with two rocks sitting there in dead silence, but the way it's justified in the movie, because I don't want to give anything away, but the two rocks represent something, and it's literally dead silence, and there's not even a soundtrack in the scene in the movie. I'm in the theater with my friend, and it cuts to these two rocks, and it's just desert noises, and I just started crying, and I was like, dude, this makes me crying over rocks right now. But oh, that's how you know
Let
it's
it
some good
out.
storytelling going on. Yeah, I just and even my brother too. Like I think it's in my old age of 21 years old that I start to get more in touch with my emotions, you know?
Yeah.
Do you find you cry at things when you're now that like you're older?
Oh, I cry a lot with like, I mean, not a lot, but with like one-on-one interactions,
Oh,
I'll
interesting.
cry. Like today, I was telling my sister like we were talking about like her going to college, and I was like crying about something. But I'll just like cry when I'm like talking to people.
Yeah. And are you
Not
the
all the
older
time. I'm not
sister?
like crying. Yeah, I'm the older sister.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so my brother, he's older than me, but when he went off to college too, very emotional for me. It wasn't at first, but then as he was gone, it's very um I don't know. Well, he just graduated last like a few weeks ago, right? And he's like home now after like 4 years. But even now, he's not like really home because he's like an adult now. So him and his girlfriend are like at her place together and stuff like that. So that's kind of been hard to
Yeah,
deal with, like processing that like he doesn't like really live at home anymore. But
yeah.
yeah, and I think too. Let's take it back to Interstellar with that. The in Interstellar, when his daughter is on like the video messages with him, what a scene,
Oh, yeah.
man. But yeah, I think the hardest I ever cried at any piece of media ever was 11/22/63 by Stephen King. It's
I Is that a book or
it's a
a movie?
book. Yeah, it's about a man who goes back in time to stop the JFK assassination, and he meets a woman there. But the problem is he lives in 2011. She lives in 1955, and he's got this like super strict mission to stop the assassination. And he falls in love on the way. And the way that book wraps up, bawling my eyes out at the audiobook too.
Oh,
I'm sitting there at my work desk, and I like had to like take a seat and just like weep.
oh.
But yeah, point is I love crying, and movies make me do it. So I forget, is there a movie that makes you cry specifically? Did I already ask that?
Specifically, a movie? No, you didn't ask that. Um, I don't know. I think all like emotional movies will get me teary-eyed.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't like bawl. I don't think a movie's made me like bawl. But
Only Lord of the Rings can do that to me.
I've never seen Lord of the Rings.
I
Are you gonna hang up on
knew.
me right now?
No, I knew you were holding back on saying that, but you know how you know? Because when you ask someone, or when I tell someone, oh, I love Lord of the Rings, they either say me too or I haven't seen it. Because you don't watch Lord of the Rings and just like it becomes your favorite thing. So like I have one
Yeah.
tattoo and it's like a whole body piece for Lord of the Rings on my stomach. So yeah.
Yes.
Do you have any
I love
tattoos?
that. No, I don't.
I feel like you seem like you would have like a tattoo of like a flower or something, like a minimalist tattoo, you know?
I should probably get one then.
You think?
If I seem like I would have one.
Well, you know what it
I'll go
is?
get one.
It's
soon.
you know what? It's because you wear a lot of dresses in your TikToks, and you have a very like a nice, comforting, feminine aura in your TikToks, and I think that's why I just think flower tattoo. But
Yeah, it works.
yeah, I think that could be the next big move for Lexi. But
Yep.
anywho, with that, we've covered movies you love. Great picks, by the way. Great picks. And is Nathan for you your all-time favorite show?
Yes,
Brilliant.
absolutely.
I've only loosely been acquainted with it. Give me some banger episodes to watch.
Oh, they're all bangers. I would just start from the first one and watch
Just start at
every single
101.
episode if I were you.
You
I
know,
feel like you can't like skip around. You
okay,
gotta
well,
watch all of them.
that show doesn't really have like a plot though, does it?
No, it doesn't, but you still need to watch
Okay.
all of them.
You know what I'm really into right now? Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I haven't never heard of that even. What's it on?
Oh, really? I'm shocked. Okay, you know what? If you take one thing from this interview, watch this show. Are you familiar
Okay.
with Seinfeld?
Mhm.
So it's the creator of Seinfeld. He stars in it as himself, Larry David, very kooky old man. And he plays himself in the show. And all of his friends are in it, like Jerry Seinfeld and all these other actors. And they just play fictionalized versions of themselves going about their day-to-day life as professionals in the entertainment industry. And it's very, very funny. And Bob Odenkirk's in it if you've ever
That
watched
sounds
Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. So
never seen either of those. That sounds funny though.
interesting.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's if you take one thing from this interview, I'll even shelf Lord of the Rings as my recommendation because I think for you, you really latch on to this. And The Office used to be my favorite comedy series ever, but now it's Curb Your Enthusiasm. So,
Okay, I will check that out. What's it on? You did you say?
um, I guess it would be on HBO Max if you're in America.
Okay, cool.
Beautiful,
That's
beautiful.
America. So
Well, Lexi, this has been a tremendous interview. I can't believe it. You an out of character appearance has happened. Do you have any other out of character appearances online anywhere?
I did. I did an interview, a live Instagram interview,
Okay,
like a month ago, I
interesting.
think.
That's why I couldn't
Yeah.
find it. I was like, she has to have done an interview somewhere with someone, and I couldn't find anything. So, well, I'm so honored to be the
I
first on a long form, not Instagram live. So I cannot thank you enough
yeah.
for coming on the show, Lexi. It's been an absolute blast getting to know you. So thank you so much for coming on. Is there any projects in the works or anything you want to plug, promote, tell people where they can find you before we head out here?
Um, Go follow me on TikTok. I'm gonna start doing live improv skits with my friend Brendan on TikTok. I think
Let's
Monday nights.
go. Let's go.
Yeah.
That is so exciting. So, everyone, you can
I'm
find those
excited.
links in the description. This has been Luke and Friends with Lexi Grantham. Thank you so much, Lexi. And thank you guys for watching, and have a lovely night, everyone. Perfect
Bye.
cut
Thank you.
scene. Wow. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.